Hansel and Gretel long ago, near the edge of a vast and shadowy forest, lived a poor woodcutter, his wife, and his two children Hansel and his little sister Gretel. Times were harsh, food was scarce, and one season a terrible famine swept through the land, leaving the family unable even to find enough bread. One night, as the man lay awake, turning anxiously in his small bed, he groaned, "What will happen to us? We can't feed the children, and soon we will have nothing at all." His wife answered coldly, "Listen, husband. Tomorrow at dawn we will lead the children deep into the thickest part of the forest. We will light a fire for them and give each a small piece of bread. Then we will leave for our work and slip away. They'll never find their way home again, and we shall be rid of them." The woodcutter protested, "No, how can I abandon my children alone in the forest? Wild beasts will devour them." "You fool," she snapped, "if you refuse, we will all starve anyway. Better to prepare for coffins now." She tormented him until he finally yielded, though his heart ached for the children. Hansel and Gretel had also been awake from hunger and overheard everything. Gretel began to cry, "What will become of us?" But Hansel whispered, "Hush, Gretel, don't be afraid, I'll think of something." After their parents slept, he put on his coat, slipped outside, and gathered as many shining white pebbles as his pockets could hold, gleaming like bits of silver under the bright moon. Returning, he comforted Gretel, "Sleep now. God will not abandon us." Before sunrise, the stepmother shook them awake. "Up with you, we're going to the forest." She handed them each a piece of bread and warned, "This is your din-reed none now." Gretel hid hers beneath her apron. Hansel's pockets were already full of stones. They started down the path, and Hansel kept turning back toward the house. His father scolded him, but Hansel replied, "I'm looking at my little white cat on the roof, waving goodbye." "Nonsense," said the woman, "that's only sunshine on the chimney." But Hansel was really dropping pebbles along the road. In the heart of the forest, the father told the children to gather wood. Soon a tall fire was burning, and their stepmother said, "Lie by the fire and rest while we cut wood. When we're ready, we'll fetch you." Hansel and Gretel sat there until noon, ate their bread, and listened to the sound they thought was their father's axe, though it was only a dead branch swaying. Eventually, they grew tired and fell asleep. They awoke in darkness, and Gretel cried, terrified. Hansel said, "Wait for the moon. Then we can follow my stones home." When the moon rose, the white pebbles shone clearly. They walked all night and reached their father's house at dawn. Their stepmother scolded them, but their father embraced them, overjoyed. Yet soon famine struck again. The children once more heard their stepmother urging the woodcutter to abandon them, though farther this time. The man resisted, but she bullied him until he agreed. Hansel tried to gather more stones, but the door was locked. He comforted Gretel anyway. Early the next morning, they were dragged from bed and given even smaller pieces of bread. As they walked, Hansel crumbled his bread and dropped crumbs behind them. When their father questioned him, Hansel said he was watching his pigeons say farewell. "Fool," muttered the wife, "it's only sunlight again." They were led deep into unknown woods, where another fire was built. The children waited, shared their bread, and again fell asleep. But when night came and the moon rose, they found no crumbs. Birds had eaten them. All night and the following day they wandered, picking a few berries, but found no way home. On the third day they were weak with hunger. At noon they saw a lovely white bird singing sweetly, and they followed it until it flew to a little house. To their astonishment, the house was made of bread, roofed with cakes, and had windows of clear sugar. "Let's eat," said Hansel. He broke off a piece of the roof, and Gretel nibbled at the sugary window. Suddenly a thin voice called from inside, "Nibble, nibble, little mouse, who's that nibbling at my house?" The children answered, "Only the wind," and continued eating. But soon the door opened, and an ancient woman hobbled out with a crutch. Frightened, they dropped their food, but she spoke kindly, took them inside, and gave them a fine meal of milk, pancakes, apples, and nuts. Then she tucked them into soft little beds, and they believed themselves safe. But the old woman was a wicked witch who built the house to lure children. Her eyes were red and dim, but she could smell humans like an animal. The next morning, she seized Hansel, locked him in a little cage, and ordered Gretel to cook fine meals for him. "When he is fat enough, I will eat him." Poor Gretel was given nothing but crab shells. Each morning she checked Hansel, saying, "Hold out your finger," but Hansel held out a small bone, and the witch, nearly blind, wondered why he stayed so thin. After 4 weeks, she lost patience. "Gretel," she cried, "fetch water. Fat or thin, your brother will be cooked tomorrow." Gretel wept and prayed for help, but the witch only mocked her. The next morning, the witch lit the oven and told Gretel to climb in and see if it was hot enough. Gretel realized the plan and pretended not to understand, angry. The witch said, "Look, the opening is big enough I could get in myself," and bent forward. In that instant, Gretel pushed her in, slammed the iron door, and bolted it. The witch shrieked horribly, but Gretel ran to free Hansel. "Hansel, we are saved. The witch is dead." Hansel leapt out like a bird freed from its cage. Overjoyed, they embraced and searched the house, finding chests filled with pearls and jewels. "These are better than pebbles," said Hansel, filling his pockets while Gretel loaded her apron. Then they set out, hoping to escape the witch's forest. After some hours, they came to a broad stream. "We can't cross," said Hansel. "There's no bridge or stepping stones." Gretel spotted a white duck and recited, "Duck, duck, here we stand, Hansel and Gretel on the land. Bridge or stones we do not see, carry us across on your back so free." The duck ferried them across one by one. They continued on until the woods grew familiar, and soon they saw their father's house in the distance. They ran in and threw themselves into his arms. He had been miserable since losing them, and now their wicked stepmother was dead. Gretel opened her apron and pearls scattered across the floor, while Hansel emptied handfuls of jewels from his pockets. All sorrow was ended, and they lived joyfully together ever after.